Folks, I've finished step 3 in the in my kit installation from Dada Electronics of a Quad 303. Again, I bought an old beater for $100 just to attempt my first ever recap of an amplifier. So I figured, well, if I'm going to do one, I might as well go to an early model just to, in case I botch it, not a big deal. But it gives me some good practice. I've always wanted to recap and change components on an amplifier. So here's my job. You can actually see down here, those are all the, I've kind of bumped this over here, but you can see all the components that I've taken off of the board. I listed them out in order from this list, and as I went through, I checked them all off. You can see them all crossed out, except I didn't cross out the last one yet, but it's done. So you see the boards on there, and then of course all my solder joints, they came out really well. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how to install and remove resistors and components from a PCB or a circuit board. This is probably a precursor to a PCB, because this is certainly not a printed circuit board, I don't think. I think it's old school, anyway, given the era of it. So it looks like I've installed everything, including the Zener diodes. I think I got the polarity correct. And I wasn't quite sure about the trimmer, but the one I removed, it looked like it was the same 3-finger, like two on a base and then a longer one on a tripod kind of arrangement. So I just installed it the same way, you can see there. And my soldering skills were actually pretty darn good. A few times I ended up unsoldering and soldering the wrong ones because I wasn't lining them up properly, but I got the hang of it, and I think I did a pretty good job. This browning of the board here, it was brown like that, so I don't know. And I did measure each of the components. Most of them were still within spec on my little tester here that I got from Japan. It works pretty handy for identifying components. Anyway, the one resistor here actually was failed, but all the other ones seem to be actually within spec, or certainly within 10% or whatever. So I'm not even sure whether I needed to change them out or not. But anyway, that's the whole idea, is to make it new again. So get all new components in there, probably tighter tolerances. And next I'm progressing on the next board here. So same idea, we'll remove all the components, we'll list them out, and measure them up just to see if there's any failed caps or failed resistors or any of that kind of stuff, and hopefully mark those. So onward we press. I think we're going to step 4 now.